I don't know. Well, I've never not. I love double negatives. I've always drawn and painted sort of, but as my own thing.
Like most rock musicians, David started at art school.
Yes, there you go.
Like you worked on the cover art for the new album, right?
The last couple records,
yeah.
Grugrux and Away from the World, but it's always something that I've done. But in this instant, Beezy's worked 30 years at painting, and so I've never done anything as ambitious as this. I hadn't, it's not something I don't think I'd set out to do it at all. But
I coerced him into it.
It'll be of the points in my life. I think, regardless of what happens from this moment forward, even of the points in my life that I'll look back on, I think, as monumental to me, not to anyone else. This will definitely be one of the experience of doing this, and opens the door, cracks the door to possibilities, certainly of working with Beezy again, but also just of a different view of how to live in the world. It doesn't have anything to do with anything. I like this painting because it is a little bit, because I was terrified of doing this whole thing with Beezy. But terrified of the process and the consequences, and fearlessness about him, because it looks pretty daunting wherever he's headed, across the water and over this bleak landscape into that city.
Wow, that's great, David. But I think, and what's nice for me is that feeling that you don't have, this is not, just because we're having a big show, a kind of end of the collaboration. This I see very much the beginning and an ongoing thing.
It's been a very interesting, very liberating experience. Not unlike music and improvisation.
This is what David Glad brought up, because I've kind of coined the phrase visual jam.
And then you said you had to coerce him a little bit. What was that conversation like?
I think basically what had happened is on a few occasions I had made art with David in a kind of unofficial way. The most clear being when I went to his place in Virginia, and we just had a whole little piece of paper and we started rattling up these pictures, and there was such an ease that happened with it. I've worked with musicians, other musicians before, and I've had a collaboration going with Brian Eno that's kind of a little bit like David, ongoing. And this visual jamming thing, I thought, this is good. I think that we should take a step further. And that's when I said to him, listen, I want to do a serious collaboration with you. And that's when he said, I'm frightened. Without music, which you'll see in the video piece, and that is being used extensively throughout the exhibition, and that is from one of the images that David shot of me the first day on the bar.
Because it just makes everything look like it's just, I can't get enough of it. Every time we did anything, I'd say, let's put the fat man on it. Because it really is, like everything became this story. And it's not, and I felt like almost cheap. But it didn't, it's not cheap. And then it's always like, the fat man all over the place. I just think because he's glorious.
And then David...
And he is Itika Pritika, that's his name.
Itika Pritika is it. I said, David, no one's died making a painting.
Yeah, I love that.
What would be the inspiration behind these? I know they're so different, but do you guys model yourself after any artists, or?
I think there's inspiration of anything we've seen, maybe, and maybe Rauschenberg, I think.
Hugely,
But I think for me, really, I was so caught in whatever I've accumulated, knowledge I've accumulated over time. Like, there should be a sky and there should be a ground at most, but also for my inspiration would have been Beezy while we're working together.
I took the oil stick and the charcoal and this one, 21 boy, and I thought, oh boy, this boy can draw.
Yeah.
And I was really
no pig unless it's trying to shoot. Actually, up in the air, whatever.
He got it. And he owns a pig farm, which helps, with a transvestite pig manager.
No. But I do have some very happy little pigs.
It's a bit like, imagine the other way around, and a musician approaches a painter to come and play music with them. Yeah. And then he realizes that the guy can actually play the guitar, like, oh, that's nice, So that was an important little element.
Quite viciously, they wanted to. Once they get you on the ground, don't fall asleep, and they